Good afternoon. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the notification bell. And today, we got ourselves another quality check with the Model Y. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So look what we have here. We have ourselves a nice, beautiful red Model Y. And let's do a quality check. So let's start off by looking at the left panel. And we want to look for any unusual gaps or anything that catches our eye. We want to move from the left side, then to the bumper, to the hood, then to the right side light. Many of you may know that this is Tesla's best-selling vehicle, and it's right now currently has a huge backlog of orders due to the fact that they have high demand for this Tesla Model Y. So if you're in to order one, and if you're thinking about ordering one, now's the time to do it. So let's start off by examining the tire here. And these are the upgraded rims that you can get for an extra $2,000, or you can go with the hubcaps to save yourself a little bit of dollars. But preferably, I think that these rims look great. And I love the Uber turbine wheels with the red calipers. It really makes it look sporty. So let's look at this VIN right here. And just to let you guys know, this is a recent build, a recent drop off. So it has all the bells and whistles. So let's start off by examining the driver's side door. And let's move from the driver's side door to the interior. This is the red with the black interior. I prefer the white interior because it does look best, but this black interior definitely doesn't show any dirt, and it's probably the best combination for you if you have a lot of children. So let's look over here at the driver's side, and let's do the test to see if one panel is flush to another. And what you want to do is you want to run your finger from this panel to this door, and they all should flow just like one. You shouldn't feel any outer gap, and you can tell by the feeling once you put your finger and you go from this to that. So perfect. It's definitely what we want to see. And let's move on to the rear door. Let's do the exact same thing to make sure that this is all consistent. And yes, this is very good. So now let's look at this gap right here. And this is the trunk hatch gap. And what we want to see that this panel is as close to as possible. And we want this gap over here to be as tiny as possible. So there's the charger door. It's being plugged in right now. So they just installed some plugs and chargers so they can have all the vehicles charged up once you're ready to take delivery. So let's look at the back. And there's nothing that catches our eyes. Let's take a look at the glass roof. And that's something that you definitely want to look at is the glass roof. Look for any chips, because there is a possibility during the transportation that a rock could fly up and chip your roof there. And this glass roof gives you a beautiful view inside, but if it's chipped and you have to replace it, it is going to cost you a pretty penny. So let's move on to the right side over here. And yes, this is what we want to see. The gap is very consistent from the left side to the right side, and that's what we definitely want to see. Now let's do the test on the right side rear door, which is known to have issues. Let's see if it's flush. and I can assure you that it's flush. Let's do the test over here, and it is flush. So this red Model Y definitely gets a thumbs up, and it definitely gets a pass. So let's move on to another Model Y. All right, we got this gray Model Y over here, and let's do the test all over again. And the reason why we want to check many different vehicles is because we want to know if this is consistent with the vehicles that are coming out of the factory. We want to make sure that the overall build quality is improving. So we're going to check as many Model Ys as possible to get an overall idea of where they're headed in the Fremont factory. So looking at the left side, I can assure you there's nothing that catches my eye. Let's look at the roof. Well, there's the roof there, and I actually meant the hood, but let's look at the hood. Let's look at the right side light. And remember, you won't be getting the new style headlights in the long range Model Y. They're only being installed on the performance vehicles. And that's because due to the fact that they have a shortage in parts, the only way they can fulfill orders if they save some money on putting the old lights in. But eventually you will see the long range with the new headlights. But if you want them, you can only get them in the performance right now. So let's take a look at these hubcaps. And remember, under these hubcaps, they have a nice set of rims there. And if you powder coat the rims, I can assure you it looks way better. But they aren't as efficient as these hubcaps, so you will be sacrificing a little bit of range. Okay, so let's look at the VIN right there. And let's look at the driver's side door. Let's take a look at the interior. And this also comes with the black interior. So let's continue on over here to do the test. Oh, and that's what we want to see. It's flush. And that's also what we want to see. It's nice and flush. That gap is fine, but the one thing I don't like is the fact that if you look closely, you can almost see inside there. It shouldn't be like that. I'd prefer if it was closed up a little bit tighter. So that's one issue that I would have to bring up to my sales agent in order to get that fixed before taking delivery. So let's look at the rear. And there's nothing wrong in the rear. And if you look over here on this side, you can see that the gap is a lot tighter and better on the right side than it is on the left side. So it definitely needs an adjustment. And this can easily be fixed with a simple appointment, probably less than an hour. They'll be in and out there because all they have to do is unscrew and take this trunk off and put back the door on and make sure that it's aligned properly. So if you're willing to accept it like the way it is, then it's all on you. But if you really have OCD and it really bothers you of any imperfections, then you want to get that fixed. I know that I definitely would want to get that fixed. So let's look at this gap over here. So you can tell the gap over here is a lot thinner and a lot better on the right side. So let's continue on with the test to see the door test on the right side. And yes, that's definitely what we want to see. Okay, here it does poke out a little bit, so I would ask them to adjust that door right there. So Looking at the right side, it looks fine to me. So this vehicle, I still will give it a pass, even though it has that trunk issue. But after they fixed it, I definitely would love to accept that. So let's move on to another Model Y. So, all right, we got ourselves our third and final Model Y. And it looks like it's ready to take delivery. It's already been plated and it's positioned right in the front of here for somebody to take delivery. So let's first off start off by examining the left side. Let's move on to the right side. And this is the long range Tesla Model Y. And let's look over here with the hubcaps. And we're looking for any imperfections. Remember, if you're taking delivery, walk around the vehicle 4 or 5 times and really take your delivery process slow. There is no rush. You don't have to rush and sign the papers and get out of there. And I highly suggest that you don't do that. I highly suggest you just take your time, really inspect your car before moving forward and signing that paper. They actually let you stay on the lot. You can even drive your vehicle. But the minute you drive off the vehicle, you drive off the lot, that's when they consider the car sold. So you can do an inspection, drive your car around the lot. Just make sure once you exit that you don't exit off the parking lot. So moving on to the driver's side here. Yeah, everything looks consistent and definitely wouldn't mind taking delivery of this. Well, not to jinx it, let's continue on with the quality check. So this door is flush. This is flush, but yes, I do see an issue. And this is the trunk here. Look at this. See, look at that. It looks like you can see inside there. Now, if you move all the way down to here at the bottom here, you can see that it tightens up here. And that's not right. It should be consistent. The gap should be consistent. It shouldn't be like that. And then when you move up here, it's all like that. So I definitely would have to have them readjust my trunk door in order for me to take delivery. And this is a common issue. It's a new common issue that's happening and that I'm noticing. Before, it used to be the right side rear door that didn't come up flush. Yeah, this trunk here seems to be a new problem that I'm have been noticing whenever I'm doing quality checks. It seems to be a little bit out. So I definitely would have to bring that to the sales agent's attention. And don't worry, Tesla will be able to fix any problems that you may have. All you got to do is just speak to your sales agent, tell them that, hey, I want that fixed. So if you're taking delivery, I want you to bring a checklist. If you need a checklist, you can go to www.electricbuyers.com and you can be able to download a checklist off that website. If you're doing a delivery, you also want to bring a camera and bring a notepad and jot down any defects that you see. See, the reason why that I'm doing these quality checks is my goal is for Tesla to improve on their quality. I'm trying to bring this to the new buyer's attention, and I'm trying to hold Tesla accountable for the products they're building. I love Tesla. I'm actually a shareholder of Tesla. I've been invested in Tesla for a while now. And my intention is just to get everybody to hold Tesla to a high standard, because they have a lot of demand. And right now they're focused on quantity and not quality. So we have to get them back on to the quality side. Like, Tesla doesn't have a lot of experience in building cars, and obviously we're not buying their cars for their quality. We're buying the cars for their range efficiency and their tech. That's the reason why most people are buying their cars. I strongly suggest, if you want a well-built car, that you might want to go somewhere else. But I guarantee you, you won't be getting what you get in this car. This is a one-of-a-kind. And Tesla is about 5 years ahead of its competition. So let's continue on with the quality check. So, yeah, so that's good over here. Look at that gap over here. A little bit bigger but it's okay. It's something that I would say that's not that bad. The door's flush. So basically, looking across from this Tesla Model Y, the only issue I'd have is just that trunk door needs to be adjusted. But besides that, it's an amazing vehicle. I give it 4.5 stars. So it does get a pass because that is the only issue. And the gap is not that big. It's just it's acceptable, but if you are a person that really wants the top notch vehicle, then you can complain and they'll have that fixed for you. So we've learned today that Tesla continues to improve their quality. Are they 100%? I would say no. Is there a lot they could do to improve their vehicles? I would say yes. To remember to complain, because if you complain, the consumer will gain. And what I mean by that is complain and let Tesla know what they need to fix. We need to point out their errors so they can say, oh, we're having errors in this section. Maybe we have to adjust the machine that's producing these vehicles. Maybe they don't know that there is a problem. So that's why complain. And if you have a car with a whole bunch of defects, don't accept it. Ask for a new VIN. Because you want to make sure the car is built to the best of their ability. All right, so that's all I got to say. So thank you and have a nice day. If you're thinking about ordering a Model S, X, 3, or Y, or even a Cybertruck, now's the best time to do it. Because I tell you, these cars are selling like hotcakes. They're selling them faster than they can produce them. That's why a lot of people are seeing their delivery dates get shipped back, because they have so much demand that they don't even know what to do. And it's a good problem to have, but with the chip shortages and the fact that used vehicles right now, prices are rising, I don't know. So, all right, take care. Have a good one. If you're buying these cars now and you need a referral, where both you and I will receive 1,500 kilometers of free supercharging credits, and these supercharging credits will definitely come in handy once you're taking a road trip and you need to use the Tesla supercharger. There's nothing like taking a road trip for free. So remember, both you and I will get 1,500 kilometers or 1,000 miles of free supercharging credits. All right, so that's all I got to say. So thank you and have a nice day. Hey, would you like to win a Tesla Model 3? All you have to do is like, share, comment, and subscribe. And one lucky subscriber will win a Tesla Model 3.